Right now at 10, a National Guard member has passed away after that ambush right outside a D.C. metro station just blocks from the White House. Plus, the investigation into the suspect behind the attack expanding coast to coast. What we are learning about the accused shooter. Fox 5 News at 10 starts right now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Homa Bash. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thanksgiving. And we begin with tragic news. President Trump announcing that 20-year-old Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom has passed away after that ambush attack near the Farragut West metro station.
Outstanding in every way. She's just passed away. She's no longer with us. She's looking down at us right now.
The other victim, Air Force Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolfe, remains in the hospital in critical condition. Investigators say the suspect, 29-year-old Rahmanullah Lakanwal, an Afghan national, drove from Washington state to allegedly carry out the attack. The Trump administration says the shooting has prompted a full review of all asylum cases approved under the Biden administration.
The monster that did this is also in serious condition, but we won't even talk about him. As you may know, DHS has confirmed that the suspect is an Afghan national flown here by the previous administration.
And we have team coverage for you tonight with one National Guard member dead, another in critical condition after that ambush just blocked from the White House. Fox 5's Syed Abbas is out in West Virginia learning about those victims. Our Nana Sentubonsu with the latest on the suspect, an Afghan national with ties to the CIA. But we start with our Julie Donaldson covering the newest details right outside the White House.
It was a very different scene here just 24 hours ago as there was a heavy police presence as investigators worked the scene where two National Guardsmen were shot right here at the Farragut West metro stop. And now, just over 24 hours later, we are mourning the loss of one of those service members.
Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia, one of the guardsmen that we're talking about, highly respected, young, magnificent person. Started service in June of 2023. Outstanding in every way. She's just passed away.
Somebody drove across the country, came to Washington, D.C. to attack America. And that person will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
That person is 29-year-old Rahmanullah Lakanwal, an Afghan national who came to the U.S. under Operation Allies in 2021. Authorities say he lives in Bellingham, Washington, and he drove cross-country to carry out what was a targeted attack. In a press conference held earlier this morning, U.S. Attorney for D.C. Jeanine Pirro said that they were ready to escalate the charges to murder in the first degree, should the guardsman not survive. Sarah Beckstrom was 20 years old and still fighting for his life is 24-year-old Andrew Wolfe. Now, they were on this mission since August 20th and were deputized less than 24 hours before the shooting to maintain their status to conduct these presence patrols. West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey released a statement that reads in part, "Today, we honor Sarah's bravery and her sacrifice as we mourn the loss of a young woman who gave everything she had in defense of others."
I'll never forget it because you could see two soldiers laid out on one side to the right, one to the other side, and then you could see, I think it's emergency unit trying to do like a CPR. And the fact that I just heard the gun noise, the fact that I've heard the commotion, and now I'm looking at someone trying to save someone's life, it was too unreal to even really believe what I was witnessing.
There are currently more than 2,000 National Guardsmen assigned to D.C. Now, just last week, a federal judge ordered that they be removed, calling their deployment unlawful. But after yesterday's shooting, the Trump administration is calling for an additional 500 members to be deployed.
Julie, thank you. And in West Virginia, communities are showing support for Sarah Beckstrom and Andrew Wolfe, still in critical condition tonight. Our team coverage continues with Syed Abbas in Berkeley County, West Virginia tonight with reaction from state leaders and a family friend.
It's an emotional Thanksgiving in West Virginia. Today, investigators identified the victims, 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom of Summersville, West Virginia, 24-year-old Andrew Wolfe of Martinsburg, West Virginia, just 90 minutes away from the nation's capital. Today, this neighborhood reeling after a dark 24 hours.
Andy, stay strong, buddy. You got this. You can do it. We are all pulling for you, and we want to see you home for Christmas.
Today, Andrew's father spoke with us briefly through his Ring camera. He was at the hospital and he asked only for one thing, to pray for their family and to pray for their son. We also heard from a close family friend, Rochelle Anderson, who watched Andy grow up. She told us how devastating this has been.
Sarah, I don't know you, but I will certainly pray for you and your family. You did not deserve this. It was just so unexpected, and at a time like this, it really hits home.
Governor Patrick Morrisey says he has spoken with the families.
We're talking about some really brave people here. These are courageous individuals who have stepped up to protect our state and to protect our nation.
Morrisey called them young heroes and said the state is rallying around their families.
But my prayers are definitely with Andy and their family, and we've just tried to share the story because I know he's getting lots of love and prayers from our whole community, and we have a nice small knit town. But he's getting prayers from all across the country.
Governor Morrisey said the state will support them however it can. Both guards had been assigned to D.C. since August.
Sayeda, thank you. And a warning tonight from Andrew Wolfe's family over the legitimacy of GoFundMes for their son's recovery. His parents say they have not set up any GoFundMe accounts and that any that are getting posted online are scams. Wolfe's family says it is sad to see people taking advantage of a national tragedy. Meanwhile, in D.C., federal and local authorities are continuing to investigate every aspect of this shooting. Fox 5's Nana Santubonsu is at Farragut Square with what we are learning about the suspect tonight.
Homa, we are here on the corner of I and 17th Street where you see this growing memorial. This is where investigators say the suspect, Ramanullah Lockenwall, opened fire on 2 National Guard members. FBI Director Kash Patel is calling this an investigation of terrorism as we're learning more about this suspect who's originally from Afghanistan with CIA ties.
We will not stop until we interview anyone and everyone associated with the subject.
29-year-old Ramanullah Lockenwall is the man federal law enforcement has in custody for the ambush attack of Sarah Beckstrom and Andrew Wolfe in the nation's capital. Across the country, over in Washington state, the FBI and other federal agencies executing a number of search warrants and interviewing people who lived in the home with Lockenwall. DHS Secretary Christine Noem confirming that Lockenwall entered the country in September of 2021 during the Biden administration's Operation Allies Welcome, an effort supporting Afghan nationals who worked with the American military.
There is confirmation now that the subject had a relationship in Afghanistan with partner forces.
Sources tell Fox News that Lockenwall was part of a unit working in Kandahar in southern Afghanistan with the CIA.
They were highly trusted by the CIA, and they accomplished missions. They acted as guides, they acted as interpreters, they acted as sometimes as combatants, and they helped the agency out in the OPs, the outposts, way out in lands that were kind of denied areas, that they were not under U.S. control, to counter the operations of the Taliban.
Jack Tumarchio is the former Undersecretary of Homeland Security. He says when the U.S. pulled troops out of Afghanistan 4 years ago, guys like Lockenwall came too.
When Afghanistan fell and the Taliban took over, the members of the Zero units were in jeopardy, because the Taliban made a point of trying to find out who these people were. And in many cases, they did. So if your name was on a list that you had served with the Zero unit, you were probably on somebody's death list in the Taliban. You were going to be killed.
This individual is in this country for one reason and one reason alone, because of the disastrous withdrawal from the Biden administration and the failure to vet in any way, shape, or form this individual and countless others.
Now, following Wednesday's shooting, President Trump has done 2 things. One, he has asked ICE to stop the application. These are immigration applications of all Afghan nationals. He's also directed his administration to re-examine the green cards of immigrants from, quote, countries of concerns. We're told this is a list of over a dozen countries, including Afghanistan. Fox News also is reporting that Lockenwall's asylum asylum application was also approved this year by the Trump administration. He is currently in the hospital, but once released, we're told is facing a number of charges, including assault with the intent to kill.
Nana, thank you so much. The investigation just beginning, still so many questions remaining. And Fox 5 will stay on top of this developing story in the days and weeks to come. You can find the latest updates anytime on the Fox Local app. Just scan that QR code on your screen. You can download it. It is free on all of your mobile devices.